Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Liverpool 2, United 2, not a good result for us, much better result for them. What a player Kobbie Mainoo is. I'll get the United stuff out the way first. Kobbie Mainoo, what a player, generational at its finest. Casemiro, classy, kicks the ball out when Diaz gets injured, understands the game, went into Diaz in the last minute, and you'd have loved that if it was for us. Otherwise, I turned it off after the penalty, I'm not going to lie, because as much as I'm all right now, I obviously hated it when Mainoo's goal went in, so I didn't watch the rest of the game, to be dead honest with you, so I can't assess some of the substitutions' performances, because I think it was Curtis had only just came on the pitch, Gakpo and Elliott hadn't come on yet, so I can't give you a review on that. What I'm here basically to do is summarise our position. Are we right to go at the performance? I think you have more than an entitlement as a paying customer to go and call out any individual player that you want. I just think that you would be insincere if you're sitting there saying, Szoboszlai shit, he needs to be sold, or Curtis Jones, he's not good enough. I think that is insincere, because you wouldn't be saying that if we won the game. If you've played in football, if you've managed in football, you'll understand these things can happen. And for a team like United, a result for them today meant just as much to them as it did to us, because these type of games, when they're not really competing for much, it is so huge to them. That's why they're going to be happy. Now, notice the way we're disappointed as a fan base, that we drew with Manchester United. We're still joint top of the league, yet we're disappointed. That shows how far we've come. Virgil van Dijk has had no mainstay centre-back all season. And I've said this after wins, so I'm not just making excuses. No mainstay centre-back all season next to him. That is senior. And then also, Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best players in the league up until his injury, not available. Alisson, best goalkeeper in the world, not available. Jota, the most clinical footballer at the club, not available. Yet we're still joint top of the league. We still take every game down to the wire. The only game that I've watched us play this season where I thought we're inferior to them is Arsenal. That's the one game this season where I've watched and I've gone, we're inferior. I look at results like today, and I would be much more discouraged if this result came off United dominating us. But that was the complete opposite. We dominated them. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up by half time. When you give them, Manchester United have always been a classic case over my adulthood life, that if you give their players an opportunity for a moment of individual brilliance, they're likely to take it, and they've done that today. But we weren't the worst team. In fact, we were the better team, and it was kind of unfortunate we didn't end up getting 3 points based on our first half performance. But don't be discouraged, in a sense that don't give up on hope of winning the league. Don't give up on these players. Don't give up on the manager. And if you are just going to go and slate them, then that's your approach. My approach has never been that. In the past, I've been emotional over performances because I felt that players weren't meeting their own standards week in, week out. I felt like they were letting the manager down. I don't watch today's performance and see that. I don't watch today's performance and see a team that gave up. I see moments where we got a little bit frightened, which is going to come with experience. I saw moments where this team, it needs a couple more years to gel together to win games like today. You've got to understand, there must have been about 6 or 7 players today who was playing in that team that wasn't in our first team last season. They might have been playing for another club, or they might have been playing in the lower leagues. Conor Bradley was playing in League 1. Kwanzaa, League 1 or League 2. Szoboszlai weren't our player. McAllister wasn't our player. You've got to understand that these type of games, and then you'd even consider our subs, Gakpo and stuff like that, these aren't regular starters. The majority of our regular starters, well, not the majority, but some of our regular starters are out or have been unavailable. I just can't. It'd be so disingenuous of me to come on here for views and just flip around. You can sit there and say United got a good result, and then you can simultaneously say you're still proud of the boys. You can sit there and say I'm disappointed with certain performances, but simultaneously you can say I'm still so proud of these boys. It's incredible what we've done this season, and people don't realise it, and it's devastating. I'm seeing my fellow Liverpool fans getting rattled by clubs that are much lower than us in standards, in backroom staff and players. This was everything for them. For us, it was also everything. but the result wasn't. A draw for them is everything. A draw for us is the biggest loss, and that to me shows how far we've come as a club, as a team, as an 11. Last season, we went from... We were so diabolically crap, we've already surpassed that points tally with what is quite a new team. If other clubs were 5th or 6th place with the changes that we've had to go through, they'd be like, well, we've had all these changes. We're still in a title race. Arsenal are the best they've ever been since Arsene Wenger. Manchester City just won a treble last season, and we're competing with them. In our first season of this new project, and although Jurgen can't take the project further, and it's likely to be Amorim who comes in and takes it further, I'm so encouraged that this is the first season of these players playing together, and now we're going to get another good coach in to manage them, and now the process can truly begin. If we don't win the league, it is what it is. Is it over? Absolutely not, and I refuse to say it is. If you're saying the league's over when you join top, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know. Is it less likely? Of course. But even if we won, there was 2 amazing teams who were at the best points in their projects right up our arse. I'm telling you now, guys, there's no point on going on anyone's Instagram saying you're not good enough for the club. I've already seen people saying like Curtis Jones needs to go and Szoboszlai needs to be dropped permanently. And listen, you might even be right. But my opinion on it is that you wouldn't be saying that if we won. Maybe you've had that opinion for a while, but you wouldn't be, especially the Curtis Jones show, to see how much praise he's had and then to see him get shit today. Again, I didn't see his performances because I didn't watch the full game. And that shows I was rattled. I still hate what feels like a loss to Manchester United. But upon reflection of the game, I just can't sit there and say I'm disappointed in the players. I can't. It'd be the biggest lie I've ever told on YouTube. And long may these players' development continue, because it's been great to watch so far, and I hope the players reflect on the mistakes they made, but then also realise a new game is ahead and it's an opportunity to bounce back. Anything can happen, boys. Anything can happen. Arsenal could go and win the final 7 games and there's nothing we can do about it because the goal difference is too big. At the end of the day, it's still possible. When it's still possible, I'm ready to fight for it. These players I think they are ready to fight for it as well. Let me know your opinion on the game. Let me know your opinion on the title race. And it was good to see you again, mate. Love every single one of you. Ta-ra.